You're watching the Adrian Bauer Project. Hello. Many thanks for choosing to click my thumbnail and to watch my content. Very much appreciated. As always. Okay, so we're on to vlog number 4 of our Motorhead Bomber kit by Airfix, and I just thought I'd give you a quick look into how far I've got so far. And hands up in the air, I've had a bit of a to-do with this kit. Not the kit itself, it's my own stupidity at the end of things. So I'll just, I do like to say, I'll come clean. If I make a mistake, I've made a mistake. But I'll show you what I was going to do. So, what I usually do when it comes to clear parts, I usually put my clear parts on using Airfix or PVA glue. Now, it's cleaner because PVA glue dries clear. This can be a bit tricky to work with. You do get blobs sometimes and stringy bits, but it does hold them into place fairly well, but not as securely as what I don't know, super glue or something like that would. So when I came to do the Top Gun turret there, with it being round, not the shape it's supposed to be, because like I said, if we look at the picture there, it does seem to have a round gun turret and 2 machine guns coming out the top, whereas the proper aircraft didn't have that. It just had a single machine gun on the top. So I thought this is going to be needing to be put in fairly well. So I thought, right, I'm going to get the old super glue out. Now, the super glue I bought, it wasn't the one I usually get. It was Loctite, yes, but it was the gel. Now, I usually get the thin liquid type that sort of bonds immediately. I didn't read the packet, so it was my own stupid fault. But I thought, well, it's not going to be any different from super glue. How wrong I was. I put the gel on into the position where the canopy was going to go, squeezed in the canopy, put some tape on to make sure it didn't pop out, because like I say, it's not the right shape, so it did need holding down securely. Then when I removed the tape, it had gone cloudy. Now it doesn't look as cloudy just there on the film, but I can tell you it is cloudy. You cannot see, and it looks awful, and that really ticked me off. It did. So I thought, right, we'll move on. I'll do the machine gun turret underneath. Now, as you know, I've had to build the machine gun turret underneath. Come to fit the clear parts, I thought I'm not going to use that to super glue this time. I've seen people using Tamiya thin, extra thin. So I thought, all right, I'll do that. So put the part into place, little dab of Tamiya extra thin, and the parts went cloudy again. It's like, oh no. Oh, that's it. I am going back to using Clearfix or PVA glue. But fear not, because neither the top gun turret nor the bottom gun turret are the features on this model. So I'm just going to paint them black. And what I'm going to say is there are some kind of computer-driven, automated machine guns that sort of lock, fire, and you forget about it. They're automated. There's no people in them. It's an automated system. So that's what I'm going to say. There'll be a little camera inside. So and that's what I'm going to say, because at the end of the day, this is a fantasy model. It's not the real aircraft. It's just, a drawing on an album cover. Okay, so here's the next bit that I promised a couple of videos ago, but I've now only just done, and that is Lemmy and Fast Eddie. And here we are. There they are in location. So you've got fast, steady flying, and there's Lemmy laid down shooting the machine gun in the nose. So all I did there was I smoothed down the headphone parts and goggles on the head. Then I got some Milliput, which I've never used it before, and I fashioned their hair with it. And I think it's come out rather brill. Speaking of Milliput, that leads us on to the next part, which is the bomb release mechanisms. Now, on the real aircraft, the bomb release mechanisms go there. On the photograph, they're under the wing root. So they are there. So I glued them on onto there where the wing roots are. There were major gaps there. So I thought I'm going to have a go at filling the gaps with Milliput, because I've heard people swear by Milliput for filling the gaps. They don't touch any other fillers. That's what they use. So I thought, well, I'll have a go then. And I tell you what, I found my new filler. Honest, it is so much easier and cleaner to use. You just make a really, really thin sausage where you're going to go, and you force it into the gap. And then when it's in the gap where it needs to be, you just get a cocktail stick, clean up, just run down the edge of your part there, takes out all the excess. This is before it's dried. You just do it before it dries, takes it all out the excess, then you can clean away there. Then you let it dry, and that's all I've done. And that, I don't think I've ever done seams or gaps on that on a model better than I've done there. So I will be definitely using Milliput again when it comes to filling gaps, and when it comes to putting the machine gun turret on the front, that will have a gap as well, so I'm going to be using it on there. Now, talking about that, as we can see on there, the drawing, it's sort of like a ball turret. Now, the one I was trying to use was the one from a B-17 kit, and it was an absolute nightmare. I was having real trouble with it. However, on the sprue that all those parts came with, because like you can remember, I bought them from Airfix spares. On there was like it's almost a teardrop shape canopy, obviously for the B-17. It must be the nose part or whatever. But I'm going to be able to fashion a gun turret in front of that. It's not going to look round like that, but it's going to be a gun turret, and you are going to be able to see fill in it as well, because that was going to be another problem with the, having to cut the ball turret in half. That cut down how much room I got inside to put fill, and I was only really going to get his head in. So, but using this other part, that's negated having to just have him as a head. I have got his upper torso in, and top part of his legs, bottom part of his legs have to be cut off. Sorry, so there's no more double drum kicks on overkill for him. But that will be coming up in the next video, I think. Probably, yeah, because I have got to start doing the glass canopies, so I'm going to go back to my trusted PVA glue and decal fix for that, because I really, really cannot afford the risk of frosting there. So there we go. That's as far as I've got so far. So there we go. Let's give you another glance of Eddie and Lemmy in there, because when the glass is on, I'm not sure how much of them you're going to see. So there we go. Right, just before I do go, I did watch the Airfix Motorhead Bomber build by a channel called ZTE Works. Great channel, metalhead like me. I've subscribed. Awesome channel. He does some awesome builds on there. Does metal. So if you like me, you like modelling, and you like heavy metal and all that, go to ZTE Works and join his page. It's fantastic. But it wasn't until I'd watched that till I realised in this kit, although on Joe Patagno's kit diagram you've got two bombs, in the actual kit, you get 2 torpedoes, but you only get 1 bomb. So you're either going to have to do what ZT Works did with his. He had one of those scanners, you know, that make up the parts, you know, those newfangled 3D printer things, I think it is, and he made another bomb. So I'll have to do that. Or if you're skillful enough to do it, make a cast out of that one, make another resin bomb. Or write to Airfix, say, can I buy another bomb off you? Or you do what I did. Like I say, I've got the Heikel HE111 H20 kit. That does have 2 bombs in, but unfortunately, that's the bomb out of the H20, and that's the bomb out of the H6. So there is a bit of a difference in size. However, if you look at the diagram again, because it's in perspective, this bomb's coming towards you, it looks bigger than the bomb on the bottom of the Heikel. So the small one that came with this kit is going to be put on the bottom of the Heikel, and the bomb that I've got in another kit that I've just nicked it out of, that is going to be dangling from the bottom, so you've got a bit of perspective. So it's sort of, there's the one in situ, and that's the one coming towards you. So that's what I'm hoping it's going to come out all right. So be aware of that. If you want to be doing this as the Bomber version, you may have to go into your stash, see if you've got a bomb spare in your spares box. Is there another model kit that you can pinch one from? You're going to have to do that. Or, like I say, go out, reach out to Airfix and see if you can buy a spare from those, because otherwise you're going to have one bomb on and the other one dangling, or just one dangling and no bombs, or whatever. I don't know. So there we go. So that's as far as we've got at the minute. I have found some acetate that I'm going to use for the propellers, and it is off, would you believe, Harpic toilet block. On the front, they've got a really rigid, clear plastic on the front of the Harpic toilet blocks. I'm going to be using that. There you go. And we're going to knock my box over as well. So there we go. So I hope you've all learned something there about being very, very careful to come in when it putting clear parts using Superglue. The gel, like I said, it frosted mine. Tell me in the comments, have you had a similar experience, or do you use the gel one and you don't have any problem with it? Was it just me? I don't know. So there we go. So right, that's it for vlog number 4. There's the figures as promised. So hopefully by the time I do the next video, should be getting close to putting some paint down. So see you then. Many thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe to my channel and to ring the little notification bell.